Decibels at full blast, his anti-stress remedy.
It's not every day you get to hear metal music in a 3-star establishment.
You can't tell.
As soon as there starts to be the sound of pots and pans, spoons banging, mixes stuff, I've created this work plan for that, in fact. I can be hyper-communicative, like at one point, or well, just want it to stop.
At 43, Dimitri Drouanneau is one of the youngest chefs in France to run a 3-star restaurant. Facing the Mediterranean, Villemadi nestles in the Anse de Corton-Cassis. At each shift, 45 customers who expect a lot from Dimitri.
It's really good, isn't it?
Christelle and Nicholas have driven 3.5 hours from the Haute-Loire and are about to spend 350 euros per person for an 8-course menu. It's delicious. C'est bon?
We were sure of it.
Including this shrimp carabineros with red fruits and sparkling heads.
Now that's magic.
The frame.
Because it's chewy, but with the silkiness of the shrimp.
Nicholas is a hospital purchasing manager. Christelle is a pharmacy assistant.
That's elegant.
Oh yeah.
We're normal people, we work. We know what it costs to buy a restaurant like this, so it's a rare moment in our lives. When the
That's what it's
planets
all
align
about.
and it's a success, and you get the emotion that goes with it. It's the quintessence of life.
Their memories for years, in fact.
That's it, that's it, that's it.
Pressure to satisfy customers. Pressure to respect the seasons. A constraint that Dimitri imposes on himself. He doesn't always know what his suppliers have delivered. It depends on the fruit and vegetables available.
Wild strawberries.
It's up to him to adapt his menu.
So, based on all this, in fact, that's what we call cartridges here. This is where you load the gun and then you go, you know. So here we have Pimpernelle. That's right, it's in bloom.
What's that for?
Well, we don't know. It's an herb with a nutty taste. In fact, everything's good, as long as it's really ripe and in season. For me, in fact, I work with everything. I love peas, I love morels, I love chanterelles. I love it. But I especially love it when it's in the moment. When it's really at its peak. That's when it starts to get really big.
This week's challenge, to sell 300 artichokes. A very large harvest from a supplier.
With water, it'll be better, won't it? Yeah, that's good, that's good.
To give this inexpensive vegetable a gastronomic allure, he asked 2 chefs in his brigade to create 5 different versions. The inedible leaves, which usually end up in the garbage, are burned, then mixed with oil.
Then the oil is obtained, which is infused with the artichoke leaves, and that's it.
The oil is used to make this emulsion. The artichoke is then pan-fried in chips, puree, to accompany the veal rice. An obsession with detail. Contagious.
We'll need an extra chair here.
Marielle, Dimitri's wife, is in charge of service. The couple met 17 years ago in a 2-star restaurant. She was head waiter. He was second to the chef.
A tablecloth, if it's well topped, goes all the way up to really hop. So sometimes you touch it or you don't, it depends. Personally, I like it when it really grazes. I think it's very, very beautiful. And I like all the tablecloths to be the same. It's more comfortable. Lovers can touch hands without being seen. It's more intimate.
For her first terrace shift of the season, Marielle has to deal with an element less tame than the tablecloths. The sun.
A parasol.
Yes, but it'll come in handy in a couple of hours. It's 11 o'clock now. 11 o'clock, noon, 1 o'clock. Let's make a change. We're changing. We've got a shade problem. It's too hot for people to be out in the sun. So we're going to have shade, but it may come too late. So we're going to change the tables. So how much did we put in? I'll put them back. They're a little smaller and above all they're round. So you can push them a bit more. We gain a few centimeters. Yeah, that's good. By lunchtime, everyone will be in the shade. So it's perfect.
Only those who have booked several weeks in advance will have the privilege of a front row seat.
Do people get angry sometimes?
Yes, they do. Yes, there's grumbling, but we always manage to find a little compromise. You see, we have little lounges below which are very pleasant, and people who aren't on board can enjoy an aperitif or coffee down below.
Here we go. 3 baguettines, please, in front of the 3 anchovies. 2 to 280, 2 sardines, soupy, caramelizing. Here we go. 2 sea basses, 2 sardines, please. 2.
Yes, sir.
I work on the assumption that we have between 5 and 10 minutes per dish. As soon as it exceeds 15 or 20 minutes, you don't let satiety set in. After a while, it's true that when you start to wait, to get impatient, you don't have the same judgment about a plate. What you need is a sequence of events. Let it be like a broom, in fact. That's really important. 2 to 180, guys, there's a gluten allergy. This lunchtime,
A caviar sardine with bone chips opens the ball.
Your first starter is Mediterranean sardines. It's served with salmon caviar, puffed potatoes, and nasturtium leaves. Here, it's dried tuna ventresca. It's an ancestral Japanese tradition dating back over 400 years. We simply grate it and place it on your plate.
A great experience, a good start. A good start, yeah.
2/3 of customers are locals, likely to return. After each shift, Dimitri pampers them.
ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Yes, yes. How did it go? Yes.
We sauced our plates with bread.
But that's what it's for, ma'am.
It's not normally done, I don't think.
Yes, yes, not with us. Listen, me first, I sauced. There's no shame in it. It's pretty clean, all right? Okay, well, listen. We can let you go then.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. See you soon then.
A taste for simplicity. From his modest origins. Son of a house painter and a seamstress.
How are you? I'm glad to hear from you because it had been a while.
Come on.
It was his mom, Huguette, who gave him a taste for the trade. At school, Dimitri wasn't much of a pupil. From the age of 5, he preferred to peel onions and potatoes with his mother.
I had to go all the way. So I went to work in a garment factory, and I'd come home and I'd say to myself, who made the French fries, who made the escalopes? I don't know if you remember. He said to me, Mom, you're putting your feet under the table, it's our turn to serve you. He had prepared the fries, prepared the escalopes. And then I got scared. I said, but you could have set the house on fire. That's when it all started. He said to me, Mom, you know what I want to be? A cook. I said, Dimitri, what are you talking about? Cook. Yes, Mama, yes, I'm telling you. I told her no, but you're talking nonsense.
Why did you tell him that?
Why do you ask? Well, because I didn't want to say it was women's place. To be in the kitchens, but somewhere. At the same time, it's true that he was a child who gave pleasure. I say cooking, you give pleasure. He always wanted to be in the kitchen, in the kitchen.
Maybe that was the place where I could go. When my mother didn't say to me, have you done your lessons?
With his cooking diploma done, Dimitri went on to work in a string of top establishments. Le Bristol, La Tour d'Argent. He met chefs he admired, like the one he nicknamed Maître Yoda. Bernard Pacode, 3-starred chef. Others are less inspiring. 27 years old, at the height of his career, he abruptly resigned as second in command.
In those days, managers were very old-fashioned. Schedules were one thing, but now there's a way of talking to people. We work under a lot of pressure. Sometimes, well, you might end up with guys who are farting cables. They go on to another recorder, so we don't have to put chefs through that. Chefs who arrive, who don't even know you, who don't know your first name, who talk to you on... That wasn't my thing. I stayed in my milieu, the kitchen, at home, with my apprentice master. an exchange, something warm, something human, as I say. You can't ask waiters to smile at customers if behind them there's war, and that it's full of insults and endless days.
Is that what you experienced?
Yes, but I accepted the rules. It's always been a bit of an omerta around all this, but we accepted the rules. Then one day, you don't accept them anymore?
With Marielle, Dimitri leaves metropolitan France and the pressure of the Michelin-starred for the West Indies and a position at the very bottom of the ladder. He cooks for the staff of a major hotel, a 2-year break, before returning to the Côte d'Azur re-energized.
The strawberries, you put them in, then you drain them in here. Then you remove the stalk.
Now that he's his own boss, he's decided to slow down.
You drain them. Careful with the knife. Harder.
Against the grain of the profession, he takes 3 days off a week with his 2 boys.
I don't want to miss out on these moments. During the week, I don't eat sitting down. I'm always on my feet. I'm always eating everywhere, tasting things. An ornament here, an ornament there. And I can't attack a service if I'm full. You don't feel like cooking anymore. When I've eaten too much, I don't feel like cooking anymore. So I start the shifts with hunger. And at the end of the service, I'm no longer hungry.
Dimitri only opens his restaurant from Thursday to Sunday to allow his employees 3 days off a week.
If you want to keep your staff, at some point you have to think and put yourself in their shoes. They have children too. My assistant has been with us for 14 years. He has 2 children. Our manager has a child. So does my pastry chef. We're familiar with this suffering because when we leave every evening, we don't necessarily go and tuck them in. But at some point, what's important is to be there at other times. Key moments.
Is it different that he's here on Wednesdays?
Hugo and I like to spend a lot of time with them. Dad and I also spend a lot of time in the kitchen, and Mom. We also spend a lot of time doing homework.
But even on days off, even underwater, the kitchen is never far away.
Come on!
For me, the best moments of inspiration are those. When the elastic stretches a little, when we can see a little more clearly, it's at moments like these. You say to yourself, oh shit, why did I do it like that?
An inspired leader who expects his teams to follow his creative visions.
Nico PJ, I'm going to draw you a little rabbit. There, I've got it. Please nothing, the apricot rabbit.
As he does every week, Dimitri renews his recipes.
Apricot wedge, salty mocha, raw apricot quarter. Raw to roast, let's see how they are. It's a bit complicated. Kailet. Lemon time. We're going to dig into it, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put in it. I'm thinking of adding either a Palamos shrimp, or if we can find some small country scampi. I'm schematizing. Apricot, plus I write like a doctor. It's great. You'll capitalize on the white background.
That day, the biggest pressure was on his meat section manager, Nicolas.
You're making an emulsion out of it.
How many things are there to do on this plate?
There are about 12. After that, it's bad luck, 12.
We didn't see the plates, so we didn't really set them up at least once. It's hard to come back to so much information all at once.
Nicholas is not out of the woods yet. 2 hours before service, the chef has yet another new idea.
PJ, Nico, come on guys, I'm going to change the rabbit. I'm going to take some chard and I'm going to put, as I told you yesterday, the zucchini flour around it. I'll remove the chard.
D'accord.
Okay? Don't worry, it's okay. And on top of the zucchini, we'll put a mixture of parmesan and breadcrumbs. And the rabbit.
Yes, chef.
Would you like some sugar, Nico? I'm fine. It's all the same. I'll take care of the rabbit, don't you worry.
For the stuffing, we agree on the apricot mixture that is still used.
Yeah, that stays in the shoulders.
A little marjoram lemon time.
But yeah, basta.
Okay.
Is he easy to follow?
Not all the time.
I heard that.
There's only an hour left before the service.
What's this tempura maker? But guys, it's not good. Give me the tempura maker and some sparkling water with ice. Gotta give those tempuras a thermal shock, boys.
Dmitri is upset. Everyone is behind on their preparations. But what's really missing? The kaylet. A meatball that Nicholas was supposed to make.
It's not that. Please reassure me. It's totally lost.
Away from his team, Dmitri will reprimand his head of meat.
You listen to yourself too much. It's a catastrophe. Life is going to crush you, Nicholas. You have to be stronger than that. No, but seriously, if you're going to pretend to be a second in command, that's not the way to get guys to do the work. Aurel, can you take over, please? Kaya, you have to put them in the oven, the zucchinis. You have to make them au gratin.
Is Dmitri demanding?
He has to. Obliged. But we know we're here.
Perfect. Come on, the 6 sardines off to the silos.
The famous rennet that was missing. Here it is. This green ball, a mixture of meat, chard, and crepine.
Sylvain, the purple basil.
Does the pressure always mount when you release a new recipe?
Yeah, because it's always the same. The cook's worst enemy is the clock. Right now, it's 20 past 11, 25 past 11. We forget about the setup, but it's really important. Service means that when you're well organized, when everyone is well briefed and everything runs smoothly, the service runs smoothly. Because if you're not well organized, you're heading for disaster. I like to start my shifts with a clear head.
The rabbit with the first cloves and apricots will finally come out on time.
Your foam is beautiful, Oral.
But Dmitri blames himself for letting his emotions get the better of him.
I told you I wanted to debrief with you.
Yes.
Well, you know that I'm a hothead. No, but it's what's important, and you understand, is that don't panic. You need it. Hop, you call. Don't choke yourself in a corner. And that's your main flaw, because I think you're a great cook, as I told you before. And you've got the toughest job in the kitchen, so at the same time, it's not easy. You're next to the madman. It's getting hot. We're both starting to suffer from the heat. And that's it. Okay. Is it any good?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Is it important what you've just done?
Oh yeah, even for me, I feel bad afterwards. I can't stand being bad to my cooks. I don't want them to feel sick to their stomach when they come to work. So at some point it starts to build up. Well, it's like in a rugby match. A match. I don't know, any shot really. Sometimes, there's exasperation. It gave me a headache, that thing. It gave me a headache. I don't like it.
And you've also experienced cooking the hard way, so to speak. Is it a fear of reproducing the pattern you've had?
Yeah, it is. Afterwards, I need to joke with them and get them going again, because in the end, if the kid goes back on duty tonight with what happened at lunchtime, he's going to be even worse. He won't have the same energy. He'll lose confidence in everything. In the end, afterwards, that's why you miss out on great people like him.
It remains to be seen whether the chef's creation will find its audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, to continue your meal, we show you the rabbit worked into different pieces. It's hard to taste.
It's a piece of rabbit that's fallen in the forest. A great discovery, a great pleasure. Frankly, it's not a 3-star for us, it's a 4-star.
You're giving them an extra star.
I'm creating an additional star.
And here it is.
Thank you so much. Well, listen, thanks to you anyway. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And happy birthday. Thank you very much for